So I almost canceled my trip to Portugal with my friends to celebrate their graduation. And it's because I felt guilty of kind of taking a break and not working and stopping the grind back home in the city. And so this week, I want to give ourselves the permission to not know if we're making the right choice, whether it's to take a break, to pivot, try something different, because I'm really living that uncertainty right now as I'm traveling for 2 weeks and really taking a break and step back on my own work.
Always feeling
So here right now. So as I'm getting ready to travel this week, I realized that the work I'm doing doesn't even feel like work because I genuinely love it. I'm editing my first YouTube video right now and it's kind of scary, but I'm having a great time like doing all the aesthetics and everything and putting in the captions and the music. And then in a couple hours, I'm gonna meet with Caleb and we're gonna get the stuff ready for the event that we're hosting. And it's gonna be really fun. We're gonna get a couple more waters because it's actually 90 degrees and it's so hot. Thank gosh the weather ended up being really good because we thought it was gonna be rainy, but now it's like a little too hot, but really excited. We have some snacks for everyone, name tags, and just really excited to like chat with everyone about what they're struggling with in their 20s and feeling lost. I'm really excited to meet all you guys.
always feeling content.
I've been waking up at 6:30, and really the only breaks I take are to eat, hit the gym, or grab the occasional coffee with a friend. I finally have momentum in what I'm doing, so should I really leave on this trip? There's this voice in my head that doesn't let me chill. I constantly have to be productive. Here's what I'm sitting with this week. Why do I feel like I need to have certainty about every decision? Why can't I just not know if this trip is the right choice and I go anyway? This week, I want to share some of the questions I'm actually wrestling with, because I think we put too much pressure on ourselves to have answers. First, it's professional uncertainty. What if I'm building momentum in the wrong direction? What if all this community building and content creation isn't leading anywhere sustainable? Personal. How do you know when to push through and when to rest? How do you balance building something meaningful with actually living your life? And lastly, if God has a plan, does that mean I should stress less about making the quote-unquote perfect choice, or does it mean I should be more intentional about every decision? I've been pushing myself hard these past few months, and while I love what I'm doing, maybe there's a difference between having energy for something and actually needing to recharge. You know what? I'm giving myself permission to not know if this is the right choice. Yeah, and this is the fit.
All weekend long.
This is the fit, and Hannah's packing up and leaving. I'll see her so soon. And who's yours?
Portugal.
Oh yeah, in Portugal.
Both, but yeah, we're gonna see each other at surf camp.
Maybe that's the whole point of the series and the vlogs, documenting what it looks like to make decisions without having all the answers. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is to rest and trust the timing. Maybe trusting God's timing means trusting that it's okay to not be certain about every choice. I'm realizing that I'm waiting until I have complete certainty might mean never making any choices at all. So, as I'm editing this at the airport, maybe the permission to not know includes the permission to not be productive 24/7. Well, I'm still bringing my work computer, but I'm still trying to be in the moment. I'm hoping this trip will revive myself, not because I don't love what I'm doing, because loving your work doesn't mean your body doesn't need rest. What if the answers I'm looking for about my career, my purpose, my next steps, what if they can only come when I step away from actively looking for them? And maybe that's the whole point. When you choose something and not knowing what the outcome is, believing the fact that everything happens for a reason and trust that both paths could lead to something meaningful. Maybe that's okay because maybe the questions are more important than the answers right now. Sometimes trusting God's plan means that trusting that He's working through our uncertainty, not just our certainty. So let me know in the comments what decisions you're wrestling with right now. I'd love to hear it and we can brainstorm together.